Hey, everybody. Happy weekend to you. This is Brad Linder coming back at you with another one tonight. Got the Maxx. Going to be coloring this one up. And give me just a second to add this over to the page real quick and to the channel so everybody can join on and join in the fun here. So we got that in 3, 2, and 1. There we go. Cool. Now, as promised, I'm going to be coloring this thing in Copics. Excuse me. Let me get that out of the way so that the old pipes are clean to go now, because the big thing was I was having a choking fit right before I came on, so I wanted to get the coughing thing out of the way. But I'm going to start right in on this one with the base coat for the yellow here, because this, or the purple actually, the yellow. What's going on is this character is 2 particular colors, and I'm going to do my best here to make this pop out and really just shine for us today. This is one of my favorite comic characters, and I just really dug this series back when it was primed. I found out later that there was a secondary series released through Wildstorm after DC took over, and then it never went anywhere. So whatever works, man. But yeah, the original series that ran for the 5 years that it did, from 93 to 98, I was just all over this thing. And I dug them all out after I did the show yesterday for you guys with this penciling piece for this card, and just got all over it and had some late night reading with this stuff and just dig it so much. There is a huge classic nostalgic feel to these because of the fact that Sam's work is very gritty and very underground in look and appeal and style. Even though he did work professionally for Marvel and DC for a while, off and on, there was some seriously cool stuff, man, style wise. When you saw Sam's work, there was no doubt that you were going to look at it, especially his Wolverine work. And that's still one of my favorite things, but whatever works, you know what I mean? Whatever floats your boat, if you're Marvel, DC, or both. It really doesn't bother me either way. But for me, it was always this particular series that just lit it up. And there's no doubt in my mind that this is what made him who he is as an artist. This is the piece that he is most recognized for, even above his Wolverine work. And that's just something that really resonates with me as an individual, independent creator. And I tell you what, man, if you're going to throw down hard. And if you're not, willing to eat whatever comes your way when you hit the ground, whether it be pavement, whether it be mat, whether it be whatever it is, if you're not willing to do that, then I'm going to be blunt here. Hang it up and go home. You know what I mean? If you don't have the heart to do it, then who's going to give you that permission? You know what I mean? So get off your keister and start drawing and start writing and start producing and get it out there, and don't be afraid of it. That's exactly what you got to do. I tell all my marketing students, same thing, if you got something to say, get out there and say it. And that's a big catch-22 that a lot of people use as a crutch. And it's like, I'm not ready yet. You're ready. If you're doing the work, you're ready. You just got to get off your keister and show everybody you're doing it, and you're being, a scaredy cat. And I'll tell you hands down, I lived this way for a long time. I lived that way for a long time because I worked in the underground. And my big thing was that I didn't mind working in the underground. I didn't mind working behind the scenes. I didn't mind helping other people get to where I should have been getting myself for a lot of years. And that's something I've had to come to cope with. And, it took the passing of my sister to do so. I mean, it took the passing of my baby sister to do so, because it woke me up. And I was just like, this ain't going to work. And that's exactly the revelation I got out of it. And the reason I'm telling you this is because of the fact that after 2 years, almost 3 years now. It's 2 years. Been doing that since 2015, um, exposing this work that I do. I mean, I've been in comics for a long time, and that's no problem. But what I do underground and making the money of, marketing and stuff like that, man, it's just crazy stuff. And I did that for a long, long time. And I had to wake up and realize that to hold the course, I had to step up and come out and say, okay, this is what we're going to do. This is where we're at, and this is what we're doing, and we're going to go from here. So I had to wake up and say, is this what I really want to do? And am I really going to make this promise? And am I going to hold it up and do it? And this week, I'm finally ready. Everything is in place. Everything is in place. And you guys are going to get to see a lot of cool stuff. Now, as present moment, it's Saturday, May 12th, 2018. And I just want to tell you guys that, first off, thank you so much for following me on this journey and getting this stuff going, and what I've done with the cards and the comics and the upcoming stuff and all the praise for it. I appreciate it so much. This is only the beginning, guys. A cool thing about this is I just went through my friends list, and Facebook just announced about 48 hours ago that they were going to be shifting the attention of post and content from pages, away from pages, back into the friends timeline. So what that means to us is everything that I've been doing all along, and everybody's like, well, you got to pay your ads, and you got to do your Facebook ads and this, that, and the other. Yes, Facebook ads still count. Yes, Facebook ads still make money, and they are instantaneous for lead funneling. But the funny thing about that is you're going to be seeing a lot more general post requirements from people all along Facebook and Instagram, which Facebook owns, because they're doing the same thing over there. And they're putting more attention into the personal friends timeline for user-generated content. And the reason they're doing that is because they've pushed so hard for all these boosts for the last couple of years of page work and things like that, that they screwed themselves out of that. And that's a technical term, by the way. They screwed it up because everybody was griping, and then everybody bailed. So now nobody wants to trust the Facebook ads anymore unless we start getting back to basics with Facebook giving personal friend reach. And that was what everybody was squawking about and bailed on them for back when, Mr. Zuckerberg got in trouble with his app, that he said wasn't in-house and selling people's information, and which, it's under the same umbrella. Sorry, dude, you're busted. But, that's the way of it. All right. I have a big problem with that, him coming out and doing that. And then now Facebook coming up with this. But like I said, you may notice that I dropped about 100 people, about 75 people or so right around now, right before I came on. The reason I did that, hey, Jim, hey, Nathan, you guys are going to dig this, man. Hey, Brian. The reason I did that and dropped that is because of the fact that I've been doing it all along with this card show and everything else that I posted. And I've told clients and customers for years to do this. Post it to your timeline first. Post your stuff to your timeline first live, and then tag it as it's live over to whatever page you want it to promote to. That's exactly what I've done with Brad Linder Creating Comics the whole stretch of the way here. I posted my artwork live for you guys. Oops, went over right there. But the maroon will kill that in just a minute, so I'm not worried about it. But anyway, what I'm saying is post it to your timeline because it's going to go a lot further, and you're going to be seeing a lot more groups and a lot more live feed stuff and a lot more content from your friends and the most common friends that you have. So get out there, communicate with your people, and if they're on your friends list and you're talking with them, awesome. But if you haven't talked to me in 2 or 3 years, I'm going to touch base with you in the next 72 hours or so. And if you haven't talked to me and I'm not talking to you, there's a good chance that you're going to go by real quick. And I'm going to tell you that the reason I'm doing that is not to be harsh, but I am doing that because of the fact that we can't have all of these places filled up. And if you're not there for me to work with you and to talk to you, and you're not participating and I haven't seen your feed or post, I'm either A, going to reconnect with you and we're going to have a good time and start working together and start communicating, or I'm going to have to say bye-bye. And the reason I'm doing that is not to be mean to anybody, but I am clearing out my messenger so that, and my communication list on Facebook, so that I can have those closest to me and the most active in my list. Now, does that mean I'm going to get rid of all my friends? Absolutely not. I'm not going to throw people just down the drain like that. I wouldn't do that. What I'm saying is I need to be with people that are active and producing just as hard as I am, if not harder. So that's what I'm saying with that. So if you can't hang with that, I totally understand and I respect it. But hey, man, if you're not on Facebook and you're not doing it, I don't have time for you, because I am. And I need those spaces and I need butts in those seats. So with that being said, like I said, I know that's extremely harsh, but it's absolutely the truth here, people. I'm just being straight up and honest. And I'm telling you, that's the way Facebook marketing is going. That's the way Facebook communication is going. And they're talking about the percentages going up 30 to 45% in just the first 48 hours of this being enacted next week when it goes live. It's supposed to go live Monday or Tuesday. They're starting to put out the algorithm, and I'm already seeing effects of it, okay? I've done a few tests this weekend, and I'm already seeing a huge jump in activity with people that are following me and really, really attending these things and being attentive to this stuff and getting it out there. So same thing with me, as I'm interactive with everybody that posts. If I go in and interact with your post, it's going to be all about social interaction with user generated content. So think about that. So if you're doing lives and you want people to see your stuff and get a better reach, you've got to be better interactive in the community with everything going on. Okay, that's it. That's it. It's the bottom line. It works that simple. So it works like it should. Imagine that. So that's a huge thing there. Everybody's like, well, I don't see that happening, and I'm like, well, you just go on Facebook's new post, go on Facebook's news feed, read for yourself what they're posting, and follow it. Same with Google, same with Yahoo, same with Bing, same with anybody else. Go on their news feed and check them out. If they're a corporate traded company, they have a news feed on their website. You just have to go Google it. Facebook's news feed. There you go, Facebook's news feed. Yay, you got all that cool stuff out there. Yay, whatever. But anyway, that's the point, okay? That is the point. Get out there and check it out and start interacting, because if you're not interactive and you're just trying to market and sell to people, you're dead in the water in about the next month. I mean, seriously, it is like the Google slap of Facebook, okay? And I'm telling you, hands down, right here, right now, that's exactly what's going to happen. So all that cool stuff you got behind the scenes that you're showing off, whether it be your artwork, whether it be your friends, memes, whether it be you putting ice down somebody's pants as a buddy joke, when you had one of your college buddies film them or whatever, I'm telling you, man, it's not going to be seen. It's not going to be seen. You need to pay close attention to that. It's not going to be seen. So I'm on here all the time, and I'm on YouTube all the time, and I'm telling you, hands down, that's exactly the way it's going. So if you don't know that that's happening, this is what I'm going to give you a tip for right now. Go on your timeline, post your lives to your timeline itself, and then from your personal profile, and then go off and do whatever else you want to do from there, okay? That's where you have to do it. If you don't, you're going to pay for it drastically, because what's going to end up happening is that everything's going to go to the wayside and you're going to get passed over. So if you want an instant increase in what you're doing, go off and do that. Now, as an artist, like I said, with this show, I'm on here all the time. As a creator and a marketer, I'm going to be on here a lot more with other stuff here pretty quick this week. I've got so many things to tell you guys about coming up, and I'm so excited to do it, but I can't do it until it's released. So I have to hold up. But long story short, though, like I said, we need to know what's going on and know what's happening. So Facebook, in retaliation and countermeasures for what's going on with their stuff right now, with the legalities of the apps and things, and the people jumping ship, they're trying to get back to the wholesome fun of the original concept and say, hey, we're good guys again, come check us out, kind of deal, and letting everybody connect the way they're supposed to be connecting, instead of trying to rip them off and sell their stuff from the back end. So think about that. That's where we're at. That's what's going on with that. So Facebook 101, there you go for the day. Hey, but anyway, as far as that goes, we're getting back into comics now. So I'm tearing through this thing, and I got inspired today with this card from yesterday. As I finished this up and I was inking it this morning, and I was just like, you know what? This thing has inspired me to really kick out the comic book hardcore and start doing that. So if you guys want to get, I've been getting begged for a course on this, and I've been hesitating. I've decided that I'm going to go ahead and do that that how-to course since I've got it in files already, and I'm going to start thinking about releasing that here pretty quick towards the end of May, early June for you guys, along with my Kickstarter that comes out around the 15th or so, with the campaign for that, because I'm going to start producing content and press releases and all that good stuff for that stuff to get that going. So with that said, you guys are really going to have to bring it, man. I am looking for everybody to support the community and start with my Kickstarter, man. That's exactly what I'm saying. If you want me to support your stuff and give you the exposure that you need through communication, I'm asking for everybody to do that to me on this Kickstarter that's coming up. And it's going to be crazy. With the marketing stuff as well coming out, it's going to be just all over the place. And if you think that I'm going to be holding back, oh man, that's totally wrong to think about it, because I'm going to be tearing it up. And I want to help so many people make a real business out of their stuff. And, you know, I've been hesitating on speaking about this because of the fact that I didn't want to blow it up out of the water, you know, and everybody be like, oh man, well, you don't have anything up yet. You know, you've had your sights down for a while and you've been doing this revamp for a year now. And it's because I wanted to hold up for the right time for everything to be in place and to do the work that I'm doing, okay? And by this, I mean this sketch card book. It's one of the biggest things that I've been doing in comics. And what I've learned from doing this live every day for a year has given me more insight into Facebook than I've had the entire time I've been on it. I tell you, it is great stuff. And the work that's coming out of it, not just from an artistic standpoint, but a creative standpoint and a marketing standpoint, is unfreaking believable and unrivaled. Absolutely unrivaled. So you guys are going to have to hang tight to see more of that stuff. But I tell you what, man, Facebook is changing, and I'm telling you firsthand, I've been testing it all weekend long, and I'm getting rid of dead accounts, sitting there holding spaces that more people like you guys will want to fulfill and be a part of. You know what I mean? So keep close and watch what's going to happen, because things are going to start rocking this week. And like I said, around the 15th or so, things are going to start coming out and releasing from my sites and stuff. So you guys are going to be able to jump on that, whether you're a comic fan of mine or a marketing fan of mine, either way, or both. Hopefully you're both. But whatever works. And we're going to go from there, because I'm going to tear it up, man. I hope that you guys will join me for that stuff, because I've got a lot of content material coming out. Most of it is free and available for you to get started, because you can't be successful unless you know what you're doing, and I can't help you if you don't know what you're doing. All right, that's a big thing. That is a massive thing. We have to get all of that going on and get it out there. So where do you find what, will, and one? Really? I have no idea what that means, man. June just answered. I was checking some of the posts for you guys, the comments and stuff. Yes, I'm still here, but just wanted to let you know that everything's going cool. And somebody tried to call me just a minute ago, so shame on them for that, but that's all right. We'll live. And I'm about got this done right now. But yeah, give me just a second. I'm going to look up and see some of these comments here, see what we got going on. I almost didn't make it, Mr. Phil. You did make it, dude. Very cool, very cool. So I think it's going to be a good deal. Yeah. I think I think it's a good deal, Jim. I really dig it, man, because what's going to end up happening out of it is it's going to blow up. Uh, Personal reach, exactly. That's exactly what they're trying to do is personal reach, but it's going to have a lot more content base. So, you're going to see a lot more of your friends posting in groups. You're going to see a lot more friends posting stuff as they do individual posts. It's going to be more random, but it's not going to be it's going to be more natural in flow. Okay, they're not going to come at it from the perspective of, we're going to hang this guy and uh, leave him hanging with two or three weird posts. It's going to be definitely relevant. So if you're interested in the same thing, and you're in the same group, say you're in creating comics, then, or my group, my page or whatever, you follow my page and you have a similar like, that's where it's going to start to orchestrate in that range. Okay, that's what they're trying to do more of. They're trying to get people to relate and associate more together with what they have interest in, rather than what they are trying to boost and sell and whatever. So if you're in the same group, you're going to start seeing more of those group posts, more of that content, and get it out there to where people are interacting in those groups. Pages, same thing. They're saying that they're going to be a lot more page posts seen, but it's for more of the comments, okay, rather than the page itself. So you still have to boost your pages, but that way that way Facebook ads don't die. But for the most part, though, the biggest change is they're still going to have all of that play out in a much different realm than what was originally stated. Bear with me a second. I better grab another orange here because I want this to be bright before I mute it down. So we got all this going on where we're going to be able to see all that come to fruition here pretty quick. And a lot of people aren't going to be happy with that, because it's going to be like, well, now my Facebook ads won't work. No, that's not what they're saying. The Facebook ads will actually be more effective because they're more in tune with the groups and things that you're in. So if you're in the marketing groups of pages that you follow, you're actually going to see more content come out of those pages, and more embracing information come out the way it should be, because it's going to be going, okay, well, we're going to see how this goes with this one. I'm not going to put an ad up here on this page because it won't be shared, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a group post in, and we're going to see if that group goes down. Well, if the admin of that group puts it in, awesome. But if it's a post within that group that is ad oriented, it's going to filter that out so that you don't get hammered with all that. And what they're trying to do is they're trying to differentiate and separate the Facebook ads and the Facebook personal timelines and what's showing up, because their algorithm took a side, I don't want to say went awry, because they knew what it was doing. But what happened was, you remember all these pop-ups that are still coming in even to this day, the ad pop-ups that are popping up in your timeline and in your messenger and things like that. Well, the reason they're doing that is because of the fact that they haven't filtered it out or stopped it yet, and they're trying to make that change to where this algorithm will pick it up and go, okay, we can't show these ads to these people, they've opted out, so now let's get it in front of them with the reminding them that they're in those groups, and let it go that way. And they're trying to make it more interactive with marketers to come up and say, okay, we've got Facebook ads for the page promotion, which is fine if people still stay in to see them, and they'll still show up on Facebook so that we can charge for them. But in turn, we're being nice about the fact of respecting people's user information from now on, and going back to the old way and not abusing it, and staying within the guidelines so that the FCC and the FTC don't come down on them and bust them in the head. So that's the big thing that they're after right now. Okay, that's why they're doing this. So it's all hand in hand. It's all hand in hand. And I know I'm not talking much about the markers and stuff that I'm using right now. I'm just trying to knock this out as we go along. But this is focused a little bit more on the marketing side of things for this one. So, bear with me if you're a comic fan and you're checking out the artwork. Please hang in, because the artwork's still going to happen as it's going along right now. And it's not always going to be topic-based of marketing. It's going to be a little bit of both. And that's what I specialize in for doing things right now, and that's the business that I'm actually in, is both sides. I work in both markets, and this is exactly how you can learn how to get your comic out there and get attention for this stuff, as well as see the cool comics that I'm working on. But anyway, that being said, Facebook is making drastic changes here in the next 2-3 weeks. So if you're listening to this, you're definitely going to have a leg up with your marketing. And I recommend that if you are into marketing, please share this thing. Let it circulate and let people see it. I'm not doing it for promotional bit. I'm just letting everybody know. And it's about the information for me. So whatever, pass it along, check it out, and go for the news feed and check it out and see what part of this future is coming your particular way. I know for me, my Facebook ad clients, it's definitely going to be an interesting change and an improvement, because I know exactly what I'm doing there flat out, which is funny to me. And the reason I just busted up there is because of the fact that I just thought of a buddy of mine that's just signed on, and he's going to get blown out of the water with this thing and these change ups. So that's awesome. That's awesome stuff. But I'm trying to get this, as far as this character goes, I'm trying to get this with this brown into a bronze phase and soften him up with a little more organic look, because of the fact that he's got to counter her hair, which I'm going to go back and do a little more on here in a minute. But I want to darken him up just a little bit to get a little more organic feel and warm it up a little bit more lively. And there we go. Going to center this up. Cool. Now, I think we're going to go here and get this done. He came out really cool. I thought it was going to be a lot harder than that. I thought it was going to be a lot harsher, a harsher look, but it came out all right. It really did. Now I have, what did I do with it? Here it is. I'm going to go in and warm her up just a little with this, what did I do with it? This E13. Right here under the hairline, just a little, because I don't want to shadow her up too much, because then she'll get really overworked, and I mean just harshly, because this is a dark color and this is a very fair complected character. Just kind of going in a little bit with kind of an animated look. And there we go. Okay, and there's the edge of her shoulder. I'm going to put that like that. And now to finish this out, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in here with this pink again, and I'm going to do her fingernails the same way that I did her lipstick. So just going to base color them really flat like that, so they don't get too overworked. And then on these teeth, I used a warm 2 real quick. I'm just going to go in with a C1 here and kind of darken this up just a little bit. Make these pop up in just a couple of areas here, like this. But yeah, if you're looking to make it work on Facebook and want to show your artwork and your business off a little more organically, I'm going to tell you flat out, use that method that I told you. Post it from your Facebook profile and then share it over with your page as you go live. That way it'll be live in both places, and it will reach. It will reach. And it'll still show up on your page for when people find it, but they'll be able to see the live from there. So anyway, that way your friends can share it when it's live like this. You can share it from your profile, and all your friends can see it and share it and network together. And if you get 10 or more shares on an average post, whether you're sharing someone else's work or they're sharing your work, that is a huge booster on this thing. I tell you what, I've been testing, like I said, I've been testing the heck out of this thing, and it is just gonna come out like gangbusters when it comes out, full force. It's just nuts, man. I'm gonna grab another color here because I want to darken this up a little bit. Let's see. There we go. I want to warm this. I want to warm her hair up a little bit, so I'm gonna go in with kind of a more, almost a salmon color. It's a YR65, and I want to differentiate her hair just a little from his. So we're gonna pop in real quick with this, like this. Boom, done deal. I'm gonna go right around here and feather out this ponytail just a little to make it stand off just a little bit better. There we go. Cool. Now, there we go. Nice deal. I like it. And I have a really cool one, which is it's called a light hydrangea, which is the plant, and it's a blue 63. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to go in with this, just kind of a toner, just a little bit in the dark spots, and pop out the shadow work just a little, like that. So there we go. Cool deal. Now go down around here, pop this out a little. It's just going to darken it up just enough without really bringing it up or making it muddy. So that's what we want. And there we go. Cool and deal. Now, I'm going to call this a day. I hope that helps you guys out with the, you know, I hope you guys share this and help me out. I'll share it and help you out. We'll have a good time. But, you know, I hope you dig watching these things and you learn something from it too. And if there's a takeaway, awesome. If it's the liking the comic book work, if it's liking the marketing and mentoring stuff, awesome. That's great. But either way, whatever you take away from it, if you're here and watching it, I appreciate it either way, as always. So I'm going to close this because this guy is done. He's in the books here, not in the sketchbook, but he is in the book as being done. So as always, I'm going to say the Sammo thing, I know you know it. You can sling along with the tune as the bouncing ball goes across the bottom of your screen. And if you're young enough to not know what that is, check it out. If you are old enough, awesome. But we've got this big rock for a little bit of time in this crazy roller coaster we call life. And as it is still the weekend, you still got some free time. Check it out. I don't have free time because I don't believe in free time, but you got some free time to hang out. Make use of it, schedule it, and make it better for the next generation. Talk to you later.